Hello, and welcome to the Rockies Hockey Podcast. Hope you're all having a really great day. Thanks so much for joining me here today. Again, once more, I am joined by my friend here, who's almost becoming a little bit of more of like a permanent on the channel, because he always wants to join me. And SW is back. You want to see something?
Hello, SW, I'm back. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Oh, well, podcast. But okay, so here we are today. It's Sunday, May 15th. In the afternoon. This is before Game 7 happens, Flames Stars. So, I don't know. This podcast, we're not going to talk about what Game 7 was like. This is just going to be like 4, 5, and 6. So this past week. And then for Game 7, I'll cover it kind of in detail in next week's podcast. So when it'll come out next weekend. And maybe after Game 7, I might just put out like a small video of just my emotional reaction to it. Not anything analytical, just my emotional reaction to if the Flames win or lose. If they lose, it'll be absolute hell for me. If they win, it'll be awesome. But like that's probably what I intend on doing. But in today's episode, we'll be talking about Games 4, 5, and 6. And then in Game 6, the Zadorov hit, which is one of the topics I have laid out on Glendening, which he did have the hearing for, I believe. The Hart Trophy, and specifically Gaudreau being not even one of the nominees for it. And some of the other trophy nominations and stuff, and then we'll discuss that stuff, and if there's anything else that comes to mind that we want to talk about, it'll sort of just be in there, or it'll be at the end. Same, if SW wants to bring anything into the conversation, for sure. For sure, we'll talk about that and maybe being somewhere in the middle or at the end. So, let's get into this. Game 4. Okay, there you go. Game 4. Flames win 4-1. In my opinion, the most complete game for the Flames this series so far.
Absolutely, no question.
Yeah. I just want to talk a little bit louder. Because...
Oh yeah, I turned my mic up. Yeah. Pretty good performance from the Flames. That was probably the best game we had in the series.
Yeah, for sure. This game was like heaven to watch. Like, it was just so well executed this entire game, like from top to bottom. And I know I'm over exaggerating, but considering how bad some of the other ones were, this one was really good. Shots on goal, 54 for the Flames to 35 for the Stars. Markstrom with 34 saves in this one. This is the most shots the Flames have had in a non-overtime playoff game. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. I didn't think you knew that, because, I'm listening and watching the game, and you're not really paying attention from what I heard and seen sometimes. But regardless. So it's a face-off percentage. Flames take it 56% to 44%. Power play for the Flames was 1 of 5. Their power play was 1 of 6. Flames... hits were 29 and 29, so even. A lot of hits. It's a pretty healthy amount of hits, I would say. Block shots, Flames with 12, Stars with 25. As if you could tell, I'm just reading the stats off of the NHL online page. And giveaways were 11 to 13. Flames had 11, Stars had 13. Okay, so yeah, that is what it is. In terms of statistics. So where do we start? So this is the one. So Flames are down 2-1 heading into this one. My expectations can be lower. This is by the way after I went on a full-on just rampage. Like I was pretty much like the Flames have lost this series when they went 2-1 in last week's episode. That's how I felt. And then it comes this game, and it's like puts all hope back in my Flames heart.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a very good game, legitimate game to watch. So okay, there's a lot that happened in this game.
So the first goal.
Okay. So, 5-on-3. Rasmussen, you can talk about this one.
For the 5-on-3, Anderson, 10 minutes into the second, about halfway through the game.
Yeah, no, sorry, keep going.
About halfway through the game, Kachuk and Toffoli got the assist. Anderson slap shot on the 5-on-3, buries it.
Yeah.
Good screen by all the Flames players in front.
Yeah, and Ottinger couldn't see that. It was nice, good puck working on the 5-on-3. And then comes goal of the playoffs on the penalty shot. Johnny Gaudreau get a penalty shot and he scored in the playoffs. Something a lot of people thought he couldn't do after Game 5, 2019 playoffs, first round. You don't know. Gaudreau had a penalty shot in that game, and he shot it wide. And it was pretty much like the eclipse point of how the Flames got crushed by the Avs in the first round.
Okay.
In 2019, in my opinion at least. So I scored! All the Flames and Gaudreau haters out there. He scored on the... It was beautiful. What a move. What a move. Ottinger. And by the way, one more thing, sorry. Last episode we called him Ottinger multiple times. From what I remember. We said Ottinger. It's Ottinger. I don't know. I kind of knew it was Ottinger, but I don't know. For some reason, my mind just decided it was Ottinger, and I called him Ottinger the entire time. Which is embarrassing, kind of. But, yeah. Well, I'll try to call him Ottinger now, and if I mess it up, please do forgive me.
My apologies for also doing that. RT was just saying that, so I assumed it was correct.
Wow. Putting all the blame on me, I see. Okay. And then comes back, and then comes the Lindholm goal, which was like the most pleasant surprise goal to happen. You want to talk about this one?
I actually don't remember this one.
How? Lindholm already scored 3 goals. So basically it was a bit of a broken-ish play. And the Flames are able... I think Stark's going to turn it over in their own zone. Flames get it back. Send it into the corner to Johnny. And Lindholm's just out in front of the slot. Gaudreau passes to Lindholm. And Lindholm just sells the puck down and snipes it home. Beautiful goal. And I was like 3-0. That pretty much, I think, sealed the deal. And it was kind of the last 6 minutes that I would say kind of became like the worst part of the game. Because then a bit of a scrum happens. Backlund makes a bit of a... takes a penalty, which is unlike Backlund, I would say. So, he takes that penalty, and it's like, oh, no. And then I think it was actually, was it 4-on-4? No. No, Ben and Kachuk both went to the box. Is that right? Was something else? It might have been someone else. But basically, Backlund goes to the box. You've lost your top killer. They're putting a lot of pressure on us. And the Flames kill it off, right? And then Backlund comes out again. Let me check the game flow, because I'll show you the play-by-play. We can take a look here at the third. So, there's a lot of stuff. Okay. There it is. So, I think... Okay, so basically Michael Backlund takes a penalty, holding against Joe Pavelski. And so, the thing happens, they put some pressure on us. Wait, what? Oh, okay, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I apologize, people. Like, tech person. Literally, this is the most... I found the series of penalties that happened. Okay, so Backlund elbowed Heiskanen, and I was like, "Oh no, do you have to, Michael?" And then Jamie Benn roughed Michael Backlund because he elbowed Heiskanen, roughed. And then Kachuk went after Heiskanen, and so Kachuk, Benn, and Backlund go to the box, and so it's 5-on-4 for the Stars with Backlund being the main guy in the box. Because you don't want him, because he's the top penalty killer for the Flames. So he's in the box, they generate a lot of offense, and then they score. And they also, I think, pull their goalie in this. And so they're 6-on-4, they pull and they score. And I was like, oh my god, this is supposed to be a sweet win. And we're going to the box. We went to the box too much, I would say. And so Sagan gets that power play goal, and he was selling, pretty... He was acting like, oh, look at me, I'm so cool, I just made it 3-1 Dallas.
No, his career is going down the drain.
Sorry?
Not like his career is going down the drain.
So, what do you mean?
He's dying.
What do you mean? But not dying, but his career is dying. What do you mean by that?
Dying.
What do you mean by that?
He's not playing. He used to score 40 goals per season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he kind of sucks now. Let's say,
Sorry, the little laughter was that I took a sip of water, there's a lot of ice in it, and I got a bunch of ice in my mouth. And I'm being laughed at by, everyone who's watching this. Sorry, I'll let you the ice. Say something.
Yeah, so Sagan scores. Selly's like crazy. Then, for 30 seconds left, Backlund scores in the empty net. That's it for the game. pretty much 4-1 win. Pretty decisive against these guys. Too many penalties in the last.
No, but then Backlund also took another penalty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He took a holding as well, but this was an unnecessary one.
Then right on the box, he scored.
Yeah, he came out of the box, got the empty net goal, and I was like, good job. And so 4-1 win. Again, that end was a little bit dicey, I would argue. But regardless, I think the Flames played pretty solid. This was such a good game. Solid game. Solid performance. And the Flames win. Make it 2-2. And my expectations are like, oh my god. This is how we should have played every single game of the series. That was why I said the Flames in 5. It's not going to be true. It's going to be probably going to be Stars in 7. We'll get to that. But I said Flames in 5 for this very reason, because I knew this is what every game would look like. This is what I thought every game would look like. Right? Like 50 shots for the Flames and like nothing for them and stuff. Pretty much this is my imagination. And I said 5 just because of the fact that just because I knew that there was going to be some hiccups and there would be a game that they took from us, right? Where they make it 3-1. And look at us. We're looking at Game 7 right now. Well, let's get to the thoughts on the overall series afterwards. But that's it. Do you have anything else to talk about for this
nothing much,
specifically?
No. For this game, yeah.
Pretty solid performance still. Okay, next game. Game 5. It's 2-2.
In Calgary.
Back in the dough. And so, okay, let's talk about this one. So the statistics. Flames outshot the Stars 30-21. But they had pretty good advantage over the face-offs with 57% to 43%. Power play, no power play goals for either side. Stars had 3 power plays, Flames had 2. Hits were 27-20 in favor of the Stars. Blocked shots were 14-4 in favor of the Stars. And giveaways were 7-15. Flames having 15, which is, well, that's pretty bad. But okay. So, this one. First period happens. No goals, nothing much. But it felt like the Flames were kind of getting choked. And now as the second period comes around, they actually had a different lineup as well. I believe Robertson was on the second line with Ben and Sagan. And so Jason Robertson scores off of Noah Hannafin, who was in front. Kind of bounced off and went to the net. Horrible goal. And so it's kind of looking down for the Flames. The third period comes around, and the Flames immediately start outshooting the Stars. Like, immediately, just out of the gate, start doing pretty much everything they can to get back in the game. And this line's been electric all game. The Backlund, Mangiapane, Coleman line, and Sutter shuffling up the lines, puts Backlund, Mangiapane, and Coleman together, and they are absolute fire up there. So, Mangiapane throws it in front. Sees Michael Backlund in front. Throws it out and with the open back and just redirects it in, and the entire Saddle Dome explodes. With like they're gonna blow the dome off. Which was awesome. Like that was a good feeling goal. And then Mangiapane's goal. The game winning goal. Backlund has the assist and has the assist on this one. So Backlund kind of wins a couple of neutral zone battles, puts it in Mangiapane, who has room up the wing, and he just puts a perfect shot on goal. Yeah.
The last goal, empty netter from Trevor Lewis.
Yeah.
Gaudreau gets the shot, goes wide. Lewis grabs the
rebound, sharp angle.
And the Saddle Dome
explodes again.
Needs
a new roof, yeah. Well, actually, it legitimately does.
Yeah.
It probably needs an entirely new structure. But yes, this was awesome. I think definitely a pretty good game for the Flames to come out. And the third period was so well played, you'd think. And then the first 2 periods were really bad. I think the Flames were lucky to just be down 1-0 after 2. Should have been maybe even 2-0, 3-0. But hey, Flames were lucky, and they came back. Third period was really good. Sutter was probably, holding the entire team at gunpoint in that second intermission, before he came out of the gates in the third and absolutely smoked the Stars. Again, this kind of period was like, oh, this is what it should have looked like. This is what this series should have looked like. Really, this is what the series should have looked like, and it wasn't like that. But that's what it was. You want to say something?
Nothing much. This is slightly closer than the game 4. But we came with the win, had the lead. Unfortunately, we didn't. Next game.
Oh yes, the next game.
We could have finished it, but we didn't. We sucked too much.
Yeah.
It's the Calgary Flames. It's not the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Who will finish Not Lightning.
Not Lightning.
Panthers.
Blues.
Who else is winning in 6?
No one else.
Well, Colorado sweep the rest of them are going to Game 7. So we're not the only team that's had a 3-2 series lead and then let it go to 7. Like pretty much every other team in the league, right?
Yeah.
So that was pretty much the game. Is there anything else that happened to this one? This one was a really fun one to watch because just the way that the dome was and stuff, and yeah, really solid one to watch. Let's get to Game 6. Flames are up 3-2. We're not going to take this for advantage. From what I'm hearing from the rest of the team, it's like we're just going to finish them. We know they're desperate. They're at home. They're desperate. They're going to fight, but we're going to fight harder because we want to win this in 6. We can't let this go to 7.
Unfortunately for the Flames, that never happened.
Yep. I would say this was our worst game of the series.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, probably.
Maybe the other 4-2 loss. That was also in Dallas, Game 3. Maybe that one was worse. But there's one part about this game that just blows this one open for me. To start off, I'm not going to talk about, forget the shots on goal. Let's talk about face-off percentage. There was a time where they showed the graphic on the face-off dot draw, and it was face-off percentage was 75% for the Stars and 25% for the Flames. It's like we didn't even try on the draw. And then look. You can't give it to them. The Flames actually increased their face-off percentage by a whopping 7%. They improved.
Wow.
To 32%. Stars at 68%. Shambolic. That number screams we're a rebuilding team. Not we're a team who's put to be a top 3 competitor for the Stanley Cup, potentially.
Generally, we're a pretty good face-off team. We have Lindholm. We have Backlund.
Yeah.
We have Yarncrow.
Yeah, we should be better than 32%.
Yeah.
That is shambolic. And it's not just the fact that, okay, well, who the hell cares if you lose the offensive zone draw? We lost so many defensive zone draws cleanly. It's not even like we fought. Whoever this time was kind of stood there. It was just stood there still, and they're like, okay, well, you, and then they're like, I don't know, distracted. What I thought of one good one, but yeah, there was come on, they're looking at the other player's tape. Oh, nice tape job, Ben. Who is, in my opinion, the weirdest tape job in the NHL.
What's the tape job?
It's literally his stick with 2 little lines of tape. It's the breathing. I'll show you if we see it in tonight's Game 7.
Yeah, okay.
But literally horrible. I want to look into the players' face-off percentages. Michael Backlund, 28%. You rely on that guy. Lewis was 50. Okay, so not bad. Lindholm was 44. Dubé was 50, because I think he must have taken a draw or 2. I suppose, I'm assuming. And that's it. Those 4 took draws tonight.
Backlund was probably the worst.
Backlund was 28.
He is a top face-off.
You can't throw it on. You can't really throw it on any of them. This is you have to blame all of them.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, Cinnamon, and obviously, Yarncrow was 0%.
Yo.
How many face-offs? I wish I could see. Can I see this? I don't think I can. Yarncrow 0. I don't know how many he took. He might have took only 1, but as far as I know, he plays a center position on this team. Yeah, that's not good. This was the worst part of the game, and it's the defensive zone draws that we lost. It immediately, and they even talked about this on the broadcast. It's been happening all series. The Flames lose a defensive draw, the Stars win it cleanly, and they get a good chance on goal, even a goal.
Exactly. That's what happened.
Yeah, exactly. And it's we didn't have any fight in this to win these draws. Kind of just let them take it cleanly, which is you never want that, obviously. When it's happening in the oh, sorry, I do apologize. The laptop making sounds. Sorry. So yeah. Laptop sounds aside. It's not even it's bad enough to lose the majority of your face-offs in the offensive zone. The worst thing is you also lose the same amount, or even more even, maybe, in the defensive zone. So you're not even able to generate the most offense. You're also causing them to get chances on your goal. That's the worst part about this. Let's take a look at some other ones. We got outshot 38-40. Power play was 0 of 2 for the Flames and 0 of 3 for the Stars. Penalty minutes, let's skip that, because you already talked about that. But there were a lot of them. 38 hits from the Stars and only 23 from the Flames. Shows the amount of tenacity the Flames had in this one. Block shots are 20-17 in favor of the Stars, but again, that's been a trend. Stars do have the higher amount of block shots. And giveaways were 15-16. The Flames having 15. All right. I mean, again, just I would say the worst performance of the year. I mean, of this series. Maybe Game 3 was worse. And let's look at some of the Game 3 stats, actually. Right? Because why not? I think it's definitely worth looking at. Because I do want to see the face-off percentage has been of late.
Yeah.
I
feel like this game was the worst because we went down 2-0.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about. How we went down 2-0. And then made it 2-2 and then decided that we won the game. Okay, Game 3 face-off was 48-53 in favor of the Stars. So,
impossible.
Oh no, but it's rounded. They just rounded, regardless. Yeah. So it hasn't been this bad. This is horrible. This is the worst. This might as well be the worst face-off percentage we've had all year, including the preseason. Right? Okay. So let's talk about this one. First period was, I would say, really well played from the Flames. And we got a lot of offensive zone chances. The first line had multiple shifts where they just worked the puck and you got put a lot of pressure on the Stars. Does nothing for us. We're gonna get to why.
Roope Hintz scores a goal.
And then I think Ottinger made one of the solid save on one end. They go the other way. The Flames D was lost. That kind of lost. Just that way, that form, this chaotic form of loss, if that makes any sense to you. Sounds ridiculous, I know. And Roope Hintz scores, and then this goal was on one of the advertisements for the ads for this game. For Game 7. We were watching one of the other hockey games, and I saw this goal, and I almost feel like throwing up because it just reminded me of how the Flames are going to lose Game 7. I just made me feel sick. But regardless. Second period happened. Mike Carafo makes it 2-0, and I'm like, oh my god, I give up! Save me! From this hell.
Both of us were like that. And
and I felt this was probably
Stone scored a goal.
Stone.
3-on-1?
3-on-1, yeah, because they're in the middle of a change, Stars, and they decide to Klingberg decides to become super aggressive, and the Flames just come the other way. Gaudreau, Lindholm, and Stone, my man. Yeah. Stone, gotta talk about him. Yeah, he's been playing really, really well.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and Stone scores.
Gaudreau to Stone.
Next game,
and actually Stone had that one other good chance as well.
Yeah.
Right where where he was, he had this really good one-timer chance. I think it was on the power play.
Yeah.
And Ottinger put the blocker, and I was like, oh my god, Ottie.
But I believe
Ottinger. I just called him Ottinger again, by the way. Sorry, Ottinger.
On that same power play. I believe the same power play was a different one.
Oh yeah, it might have been a different one because there were a lot of times when the Flames had a lot of offensive zone and also a lot of power play time.
Either way, Backlund scores one-timer.
Oh yeah, the Backlund was the Backlund goal was power play. I don't think it was one time. He just kind of shot that.
Yeah.
And Heiskanen scores an own goal.
And
actually,
the goalie, Heiskanen trying to bat it away, goes in.
Kind of popped up and tried to bat it in, try to poke it out of the air, and he might have touched it, maybe he didn't. They were also actually talking about it before this game started. The analysts of how none of the Stars defensemen had any goals.
Well, that was about
Heiskanen wants to put the defenseman on the board, and he puts one in.
His own goal.
Just in the wrong net, and then he actually does it on the Flames. Right after.
Heiskanen, from the points, just snipes
it.
Yeah.
Man.
Snipes it home, and that's a goal. Simple as that. That's 3-2 Stars. After that.
No, wait. I just want to talk about one more thing. Sorry. What? At that point. 2-0 Stars, right? And the Flames tied up 2-2. We're really hyped, right? You would expect the Flames to come back and maybe make it 3-2 Flames. And they just sat back.
Yeah.
Which pisses me off the most. And I think about them tying it up 2-2. And I just think, well, look. You made it 2-2, which is really good. And I still didn't really cheer when it was 2-1 or 2-2. Because I knew, make it 3-2 and then I'll be happy. And I'm sounding like... I mean, you told me this.
Yeah.
Already, I'm sounding like Sutter every game. More and more, I'm just... But, I mean, you gotta be hard on this team. This team has set that bar really high. And you have to be hard on them, right? Because, you lose the game 4-2 and you had 38 shots on goal and whatever. Like, you maybe played good and you had good parts of your game, right? Like, sure, you're really happy about that, but at the same time, this is such a good team and they've shown how good they can be. I have to be hard on them, right? You have to be hard on them, and you can expect high things. And they make it 2-2, and then they just sit back. Yeah. And it's like they thought this was a European league where something like the CHL in Europe. Not the Canadian Hockey League, the Champions Hockey League, where they count the series winners by aggregated score. When it was 2-2. It's like, oh, if we just sit back, we'll still win the series because then we'll have more goals scored than the Stars. I was like, are you serious?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like, and they just sat back. It's not like you're up 3-2, then maybe it's forgivable. It's still 2-2. And, I mean, that's what caused it to become 3-2 and kind of finish the game off. Because then again, in the third, we just played horrible. And then, say again, was that an empty netter?
Yep, empty netter.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So I don't really remember this too well, so therefore, let's check. Seguin scores, and this time he actually cheers. Acts kind of cocky, but I mean, worth it considering the fact that. Oh, was that an empty net goal?
Yep.
Okay, must have been. Yeah. Starts acting like, oh, look at us, we're adding to our lead, and yes, they were adding to their lead.
They won the game.
4-2.
4-2. Oh,
such a disappointing performance, man.
We couldn't finish it. Goes to game 7.
Yep.
And that's where we stand right now.
This was just horrible. It's like we wanted to lose it. And the thing that jars and just most jarring is the face-off win percentage. And I just remember the stat coming up like the 25 to 75%. It came in, I think, sometime in the second period. And I was like, oh my god, are you serious? And then I thought, right now, maybe it's up to 40% for the Flames. Maybe, I'm sure they increased it because I thought they would have won a few more draws after that point. But hey, 32, that's low. That's horrible low. Is this a certain stat I could find online if I just search it up? Like lowest face-off percentage? Like NHL by team. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah, there it is. See, in 21-22. And let's see, face-off win percentage for each team. The season didn't. There it is. Okay, so ranked. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Buffalo Sabres average was 46%, which is the lowest face-off percentage in the entire NHL. Flames the 30th. This was a single game. Could I find this for? What I want to know is, could I find this by team single game? Because, God, there has to be at least maybe some Montreal game. Sabres or Montreal game. Okay, let's look at the NHL records. It's actually not a bad idea.
Oilers.
Face-off win percentage, 83%. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted.
Sabres had it.
Should I just go to like the bottom row? Let's go to page 65, which will show me the bottom, lowest ever. Or will it? I mean, I don't know. Oh, okay, so they're only showing like the top bunches. Was face-offs one? Nope, but they don't have it for lowest, which is what I want to know. If there's something you want to talk about, yeah, I'm just going to search it up, because now I'm...
Yeah. We have Lindholm, who's a Selke candidate. He has a pretty high face-off percentage. And he should be able to handle
okay. Ourselves. I think they're all okay. I'm not looking for 55% face-off win percentage every single game, because
at least 40.
That's a natural, unless you're like the freaking Maple Leafs who have 2 first-line centers on their team. I'm looking for just make it over 50. Just get 50% each game, like as an average, and 32% is just horrible. And I actually want to see let's look at some of the stats for league leaders by team, and. Okay, I think this actually...
John Tavares leads the league.
No, I'm looking at, teams. In the playoffs this year. Let's look at... Where is it? There it is, face-off win percent for each team. So, I'm just going to go to the bottom here and just see. Okay, so, Calgary Flames is actually 46.1%, which I don't even mentally understand. How we're at 46% after a 32% performance. On the draw, I just want to say, okay, so they're 14th out of all teams. The only two teams below them are Tampa Bay with 43.4 and Rangers with 42.2. However, I would also argue that they were playing against two really solid face-off teams. The Rangers are playing against the Penguins, who are first. And the Maple Leafs were playing against the... And that's it. The Lightning were playing the Maple Leafs, who were second.
Lines up perfectly.
Right.
Third of the Stars.
Oh, you're actually right.
Stars are third.
Oh, yeah, I'll be like reflecting. You know, that's probably something you know if you're good at math. But no, yeah, like still, this is horrible. It's not good. And I'm legitimately thinking, like, I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you even manage to do that. So yeah, lowest face-off percentage by an NHL team in a single game. Lowest points percentage. Okay, maybe I think this is it. Nope. Forget it. Forget it. Okay. Regardless. Yeah, that's still not good at all. But okay. So that's where we stand in this game. Just up and down, just bad performance. Spend a lot of time looking at face-off percentages, but regardless, this is not ideal. This is not what you wanted. The Stars had an unnatural 68% in this one, which that should probably be some kind of record.
Yeah.
For highest face-off percentage in
the playoffs.
In the playoffs, like 68. That's. So let's see some of the other players. They played a bunch of people on the draw, and some of them only probably took like a single draw. Is Fox a center? I don't know, but okay. So Glendening 100% face off, which I don't know how many he takes. I don't know if he plays center, but might. Fox with 75%, Ben with 54%, Pavelski with 64%, Hintz with 67%, Sagan with 69%, and okay, well, those Sagan and Nemesnikov, I don't think they're face-off players.
Glendening probably only took one, because after he took his first draw, he was killed by Zadorov.
Wow. Absolutely ruthless comment. Do you want to talk about that? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Zadorov and Glendening, and I'm going to even open that up just so we can see the clip here, for us at least.
That was
SW.
Absolutely massive. Me on me. I feel like there should have been a suspension, but we're happy it wasn't.
As Flames fans, we are very happy. Let's just take a look at this clip specifically. Yeah. Let's keep the audio off here. Just all we need to see is the clip itself, and there's an ad playing. It's obviously 30 seconds long.
Yeah. Because Zadorov's that will play like grind the other team.
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it.
And that's what we need right now.
And but he's wasting his time grinding a fourth line player as well. So. Yeah.
Grind Sagan.
Grind Sagan. Grind Ben. Grind Robertson.
Robertson would be perfect.
Grind
Pavelski.
Grind Pavelski.
Or maybe
okay, there it is. So look, there is. Oh my god! And I saw that. I was like, "Whoo, sheesh." Okay, so it's seconds. Actually, only 4 minutes into the second. It's 1-0 Stars.
No,
he looks shook. He looks shook.
Bleeding.
And okay, the main thing is I want to look at where the contact was, and I think it's for hit to the head. And they didn't even call Zadorov on that play. The fans had a lot of things to say. Had quite a message for the refs, I would say. And he was pretty shaken. The trainer comes out immediately. We're watching the clip here. I just want to get to the
replay.
Yeah. We'll show it in a sec.
Zadorov ran him over. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. In your opinion, from what you've seen up till this moment of this hit, would you say, just from what you remember, from memory right now, would you say he should have been, he's not suspended, but at least given some kind of punishment?
Yeah. Some like
disciplinary action, some kind of okay. So I'm saying from the league, like any disciplinary action, like a fine, $5,000 fine. Okay.
Like if Ben can get fined $5,000 for tripping.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen that video. I haven't seen the video of him tripping.
Tripping that, then at least.
I just can't imagine what it would look like. Like you violently just poke your sticks and tug them out. I don't know. They go sliding 10 feet into the boards. Yeah, I mean, he was pretty hurt. He did come back luckily in the game. Yeah.
And Rick Boris goes off.
Oh, yeah, Rick Boris got really angry because he didn't get the call he wanted. And he was yelling his head.
He was yelling. He was red. He was red as a tomato.
Yeah. And oh my god. Yeah, okay, so there it is. There's the clip. I just wanna
coming straight.
pause that. There. Can I even go back like a couple of seconds? Let's go back a couple of seconds. There. Oh my god. I'm not pausing this right. Okay.
Yeah.
From that angle that we have right now, it doesn't really look like it was hit. He got. Oh, you know, it kind of looks like his shoulder came in.
The primary point of contact was his body.
Was the body? Yeah, it was his arm area.
The head was just a side effect.
Yeah, and I would say,
the hit.
But okay, this is the best angle in my opinion. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, yo, that's
there it is. Look, there's two angles. The one that's kind of like front, facing the front of Nikita Zadorov. There's one that's kind of facing his side. That's away from Glendening. The one that front facing Zadorov, which is the one we're looking at right now. That angle is literally him just knocking. Look, that's hit. That's hit.
That's hit to the head.
That's what it makes it look like hit to the head, right? That was an absolute hit to the head. That's a hit to the head. That's a hit to the head. Okay, but I want to see this one. This one makes it look like he hit the body and then he hit the head.
Yeah.
Right. Which is probably what the debate came from. I would love to see this angle if they have it from like back behind Zadorov. I'm just gonna look at the rest of the clip. Oh, and the way he landed, way he hit the ice after. Bam. Oh, that's
the
disgusting.
Elbow.
Bit of the elbow, bit of his shoulder.
Straight to the head. Or the shoulder of
Okay, that's a pretty good angle too. That's from kind of like Glendening side. And you can check this out. You'll find it on the internet, this clip for sure.
It's from Sportsnet. The clip we're watching right now.
It's from Sportsnet thing. And the way Glendening kind of falls onto the ice, that looked like a concussion at first.
Scary.
Luckily it wasn't, obviously. Concussions, I think, are the worst. Okay, there it is. That angle even looks like it was kind of like he hit the body, but I'm gonna say this is
a hit to the head.
This is a hit to the head. Like, it might look like he's kind of hitting the body of him, and even from this one angle that's kind of point facing toward Glendening's back.
Yeah.
It looks like a hit to the head.
You only need one angle to know.
For sure. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, like, and you just look at that, and it's, the worst part is the way he kind of hits the ice.
Scary.
That for me is the most, and look at that. See, there it is. And even if I go back like 1 second. There. Look, at this angle, it kind of looks like it's the body, and this one's a pretty bad, like, overall. It's kind of far away, but yeah, that is pretty scary. And they didn't even call this, and Rick Bowness was absolutely losing his goddamn mind. But this one, yeah, but like, okay, okay, so now we took a look at it. What would you say, SW?
I would say 4 minutes.
No, I'm talking about disciplinary action, because we'll have a hearing on Saturday. And then he had that hearing.
At least a fine. I think. At least a fine.
I mean, he was heard, but then heard.
Fine him at least $5,000.
Okay, so there's an article from CBC. Not facing any supplemental discipline for hitting on stars Glendening. So yeah, nothing. So yeah.
He managed to avoid anything. He's fine.
Yeah, and I mean, I get that, but this, in my opinion, should have been a suspension. Yeah. So the league made its call. What would you say? Like, what should this be?
I feel like
I would say not in the game, like as a suspension, like a fine, right?
At least a fine.
Can you
$5,000 minimum, and that's max you can have in the league, and possibly a game.
Possibly a game. Okay, that's fair. There is a little bit of a discrepancy here, right? Like did it hit the body first? Did it hit the head first? Was it like the main point of contact, the head or the body? Actually, one thing I do want to see before I talk about this further, I want to see. Oh my God, there's another ad. Is that better? Nope. Do you wanna just make me watch every ad? Oh my God. Oh my God, clicked on the ad. Okay, there. I'm just gonna let the ad play out. But I'm gonna see this. I just want to see how much his head like whiplashes after the hit, like how much whiplash there is on Glendening.
There was quite a lot, I think.
There was. I just want to take a look. One quick, like one big look at it. Just let's get an idea, because obviously this is. Let's get past this ad. And I want to take a look here. See it.
Lots.
Let's take a look at the proper clip for it. Let's go. I think. Okay, so here it kind of just like felt like it's like. Okay.
There's a little bit. Not too much. His helmet.
Okay, this is the right angle. Oh, you know what? I would give that. That's a game suspension. Like, honestly, I think that's a suspension. 1 game suspension.
But the league saved us.
The league saved the Flames, yes. But that's, again, wrong, in my opinion. I guess it's the playoffs, but I think that should have been a game. The fact they didn't call it is a little bit shocking. Maybe they didn't really take a close look at it, because this is a pretty tough one to see that with body or head. But I would say they should have probably called this they should have called this a major as well in game. And I think maybe if they called it a major in the game, I want to hear what you think about this. But I think if they called this a major in game, they might have given him a suspension as well, because they thought, you know what, the refs called it 5. It must have been like that. Would have probably put more of an exclamation mark on it. But what do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that might have definitely made a difference in not calling it versus, because they thought, well, on the ice, if it seemed like a non-call, just that's not a call. If it didn't seem like a call on the ice, then why should it be a suspension, or why should it be a fine? Right? And definitely a call, especially something like a double minor or a major, would have for sure put a big exclamation mark on it and really put, show the league that, this is something that should be called. But regardless, yeah, that's what I think. Are there any other parts of this game we want to talk about? Because of this really. Hell of a game.
Let's just get ready for Game 7. Game 7 today at 7:30 in Mountain Time.
Before we get to some of the other topics today, let's talk about what is Game 7 going to be like. The thoughts, just thoughts. Anything you have, anything comes to mind about Game 7, put it here. Who do you think wins Game 7?
Dallas.
Good.
I have zero expectations for this game.
Calgary
Flames.
By the way, sorry, we're Flames fans. Big Flames fans.
Big, huge
and especially, both of us. And we're
Dallas
saying this.
Is gonna win. We suck.
I say Dallas is going to win as well. Dallas is going to win as well.
Suck.
Yeah. And then maybe it seems that way just because we have such high expectations of this team. But how can you have low expectations? The Stars fans have low expectations.
Yeah.
So that when it's like 3-0 Flames and they make it 3-1, the entire arena explodes.
Yeah. We're gonna lose this game. The Calgary Flames suck.
And if they do, if the Flames do lose this game, and there's a little part of my heart that makes me want to believe in the Flames, that make me believe the Flames will win this game. And even that point, and there's a little bit part of me that really, really makes me feel like the Flames can win this game. Still, if the Flames do lose this game, which they might, I guess maybe to a lot of who may feel like, oh my god, RT and SW, are you both ridiculous for saying that the Flames would lose this game? Are you ridiculous? And I get that. I respect that. And obviously, if anyone thinks that, whatever you think, if the Flames do lose this game, and we think it more than other people mind, we might sound ridiculous for that, but if the Flames do lose this game, this could be the biggest disappointment as a Flames fan for me in my entire time as being a Flames fan, and I've been a Flames fan since 2015. The 2015 playoff run in Gaudreau's rookie year. And that's when I really got into hockey. Same for you?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Maybe you kind of paid attention to a little bit more after a year or so.
Yeah, because I'm a little bit younger than you. So.
Yeah, so, maybe you just kind of got into it a little bit later. But again, this would be my biggest disappointment as a Flames fan. And I would say, and again, I can't put myself, and I would say probably the biggest disappointment as a Flames fan, of course, since the 2019 playoffs. But it's even bigger of a disappointment losing against the Stars this year. Probably the biggest disappointment as a Flames fan since the finals in 2004. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Or do you say I'm wrong? Tell me.
I agree with you. Legit, I agree with you.
Yeah. I'm glad we see eye to eye on this. But again, if you have anything to say, please do. That was the biggest disappointment in Flames history since 2004, and that was ultimately disappointing. Losing that, I don't think you can top that unless the Flames make the finals this year and lose in the finals. I don't think that can be topped.
Yeah, technically we won. Officially we didn't win, but we won.
Well, we technically
went in.
Yeah, the biggest. I think what makes it even bigger of a disappointment is the fact that it was in.
Yeah.
The Flames might as well have won the goddamn cup.
You mean we won the cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, we won the cup.
Yeah, we the might as well have. I mean, what I mean is, if you call that as a good goal, which it was,
yeah.
Flames might as well have won the cup that game. Because I mean, again, because it tied it up, made it 3-3. But
Martinez and Louis slid 20 to the referee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole game, every game.
Yeah.
Games 1-7 in that final series.
Martinez.
No, okay, maybe that's too rough, and I get it. I do apologize if it comes off as rough. It's more of a joke than anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a joke than anything. But again, like, come on, the refs weren't the best in that series.
Yeah.
All I'll say, from what I've heard, again, I don't know much from that series, but it's still for me it hurts.
I wasn't even alive.
Yeah. And so therefore that comes from that, obviously. And yet, like, it is still very like that, and the fact that it was in the Flames to win the cup and it was not called, and then the Lightning won the cup because of literally like just the next game. That's probably the worst part about all of this.
Yeah. But this year we lose.
Right? That's what makes it most disappointing.
Yeah.
Biggest disappointment since then. Would it be second? No. Losing to the Habs in '86.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you lose in the finals. It's hard to top the disappointment of that.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, we did kind of have redemption in '89, right? Because we beat the Habs back in the Montreal Forum where no other team... Were the '89 Flames the first team to hoist the cup in the Montreal Forum?
I believe so,
Like, the first team other than the Habs to hoist the cup?
Yeah.
Like, first away team to actually win the cup in that little thing?
Yes.
Might have been. I'm curious. Because now I'm curious. See? This is where conversation take us. As I search this up. If you want to talk about something else, please.
No won't work. The search won't work.
We're the 89 Calgary Flames, the first team
It's the first Montreal Canadiens finals
to
appearances.
win the cup in Montreal. There has to be an article about this, right? Because I feel like I've read this somewhere, but I could be wrong. Okay, I'm just going to go to the Wikipedia page about the 1989 Stanley Cup Finals. And then they say the Flames defeated the Canadiens in 6 games to win their first and only Stanley Cup. What a joke. First
Yes.
of 2 Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
2004. I mean, look, I'm sorry everyone believes it. I believe that was in. Winning goal was scored by Doug Gilmour. So I just want to see, like, they even have to talk about how the Flames reached the finals again in 2004 to win it.
Cup. Martin Delanes with the OT winner.
Not OT winner.
Oh no, sorry, not OT, but just the winner.
Cup winner, yeah. I don't know. Oh,
Search Montreal Canadiens finals appearances.
Oh, that's a good idea. Montreal Canadiens finals appearances. Playoff history.
35 times.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. And 2021, they say.
And they won it 25 times.
They won 25 times. So they've lost 10 times. So I'm going to have to play, like, fine matching the numbers in both lines. This website.
The forum, I believe it came up in 1926. It came down in 1991.
1991? Okay. Wow, that's an old building, yeah.
So 1930, they won. 1931, they won. 44, they won. 46, they won. 47, they did not win.
Okay, so they did lose in the form, I guess, maybe. But just to simply hoist the cup, like they might have lost the cup game in a different way. Regardless, I feel like I read that somewhere and I could be completely wrong about this again. Is that it? Still. Yeah. So we went from Game 7 to the 1989 Cup Finals. Regardless. Okay, kind of think back to today. Okay, Game 7, do you have any idea? Because I'm pretty sure the lineups might be out right now as we're recording this.
Yeah.
Because we're about a little less than 2 hours away from the game itself. What do you have any? Ideally, what do you think the lineup should be tonight?
Same as usual.
Same as usual.
Gaudreau, Kachuk, Lindholm on the first line.
Okay.
Obviously. Second line is Backlund.
As Coleman, center. Coleman right wing.
And Mangiapane.
And Mangiapane left wing.
Third line is Dubé, Yarncrow.
Yeah.
And Toffoli.
Okay.
And the fourth line is Luch, Lewis, and...
Because currently the Flames are doing 11 forwards and 7 D. So
Lewis and Luch, and then Stone...
would be the 7th D. Yeah. And then you'd have the same defensive pairings all year, from all year. Okay. I actually said the same thing. Pretty much. And Sutter likes to shuffle around the lines. He's been throwing Kachuk in the middle six.
Yeah.
And playing Gaudreau and Lindholm with like Coleman, Toffoli, and other guys. And again, I'm fine with them trying stuff out if the Flames are pretty dead in this game. If it does seem like the Flames don't have much energy coming into this one, and to start off maybe like a first period, I'm open to them switching the lines up. But look, I think if there's one line to not break up, not the first line. The first line they can break it up if they want to. They can put Kachuk somewhere else if they want to. I think Sutter needs to stick with the line with the Mangiapane Backlund Coleman line.
Yeah.
They won us game 5. Yeah. Right? They won us game 5. Backlund had a goal in game 6. They've all been pretty good so far. And that's why I'm saying they should be the line. Yeah, I actually put the same thing down. I thought you might say something different. That's what I wanted to ask. But yeah, let's see if I can actually find what the Calgary Flames lineups are going to look like tonight. So, yeah, let's see. Let's take a look. Oh, I just read another headline when I searched up Calgary Flames. Let's get to that in a sec.
Yeah.
Because that looked a little exciting. Oh, we also have to talk about the Heat. Stockton.
Yeah.
We're talking about that after we talk about the trophy nominations. We'll throw that in here.
Lots of stuff lined up for today.
Interviews? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff because Game 7. Leading scorers. There's just a bunch of numbers and stuff. Oh, okay. How about...
It's on there. We'll find out.
I'm looking for it. Give me a sec. Trust, I'm finding this. Should I go to Game Center? It's probably a Game Center. Right?
Nope.
Ahem. Oh, it's probably in 3 keys. Oh, yes, they found it. There it is. Okay,
yes.
Let's look at the Flames.
Okay.
Alright, Calgary Flames switch up to lineup. Gaudreau, Lindholm, Kachuk. Mangiapane, Backlund, Toffoli. What are you doing, Sutter? Dubé, Yarncrow, Coleman. Luch and Lewis. So we're doing the 11 forward 70 again. Hannafin, Anderson is the first pairing. Shillington, Stone. Okay. So officially it's on the lineup. It's Shillington, Stone. Zadorov, Goodbranson. And Tanev as the 7th D. Tanev is usually with Shillington, so
yeah,
that's
interesting. But
a little bit. I would just assume that it's just there for now.
It's probably we trust whatever decision he makes is
and that's been the motto all year. That's been the motto all year for me. So I'll look at the Stars lineup now to see what they've done. Oh, okay. So they decided to sorry, dude.
Robertson?
Just want to say when I hit the table, it might have caused like a bit of like a shake to happen everywhere. I do apologize.
Hintz, Robertson, Pavelski back again on the first line.
It's Robertson said that like in mixed order. Okay.
And Sagan.
Okay.
Peterson,
Nemesnikov, Studenich,
Krivada,
Kiviranta.
Faksa, and Gurianov. Gurianov's back in the lineup, which is sure. I don't really know the stars. I just remember a time where Gurianov was the best player with Sagan, Ben, and Radulov.
I don't remember him being good.
He was a decent player.
Okay, I remember like it being Radulov as one of the bigger guys.
Yeah,
but
Radulov was a big guy.
Okay.
No longer.
Yeah, let's take a look at the D.
Defenseman
Suter, Heiskanen, Hanley, Klingberg, Lindell, and Hakanpää. Ottinger is starting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just hoping for that, like the tonight.
And Glendening is injured.
Glendening is injured lower body. So Radulov, Dellandrea, Harley, and Sakura are scratched. But look, Glendening's injured lower body is what we're seeing. It can't be from the Zadorov hit. This guy's been getting shaken up a lot in this series, so I'm assuming it's something else.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just putting the lower body up there just to like confuse people. Yeah. But okay. This is interesting, but I don't know why they would switch it. What was it? I mean, I would assume last game they had Robertson with Ben and Sagan, but regardless of what they have, okay, fine, I'll take it. I accept. Yeah, they do have one of their big lines again together, and I would assume that's the target here. Okay. Cool. Nice to see. So now that we see this. Looks good. That's fine for today. Okay, there's one more thing I wanted to say. How do the Flames win tonight? We're talking about the Flames losing. What do the Flames need to do to win? And I want to hear let's hear your opinion first.
How we've played the whole regular season.
And we'll win.
Easier
said than done, but I very much agree. This has been the biggest problem. And for the Flames team, I do apologize if I sound too much of a hockey nerd when I say this word. Yeah. And this word is called rebounds. I'm sorry, Calgary Flames team, if you've never heard this word before. Rebounds. Get rebounds.
Interesting word. I don't think the Flames have heard.
Hey, if any of the Flames first do hear this word, don't be shocked. Some people in hockey know it. A lot of people in hockey know it. The Stars seem to know what it means. And I do apologize if it's a new word. I would very much recommend you go on Google search. Dictionary.com. Oxford Dictionary is that on Webster, Merriam-Webster. Go on and search up, what does rebound mean? If you look at the basketball definition, it's better to probably know the basketball definition of rebound in a hockey game than not knowing it at all. But you find the hockey one for rebound. Search up what does rebound mean in hockey on Google or Bing or Firefox. Firefox still there.
It's old and not as good as it used to be apparently, but it sucks. Search on whatever Internet Explorer if you're that old.
Internet Explorer for sure.
For Sutter. Yeah.
No. Sutter has this old book in the basement of his farm in this corner. That's just like they're just sitting there, and he uses that every time he needs something. But he probably memorize that entire book top to bottom. Sutter, okay, I'm sorry, that was harsh to say the Flames don't know what rebound means because we did in the regular season.
Yeah.
And then
in the playoffs.
And then I don't know, something hit the entire Flames team's heads. And they just forgot it. Like snap. Okay, in all seriousness though, okay. Very harsh coming from me as a Flames fan. Where are the rebounds? Missing poster. Put the missing posters all over Calgary. Missing. Calgary Flames rebounds. Where? We're not getting anything. Where's the screen? Where's the go at the net? Go to the net. Where's the charge at Ottinger? Where's the get in the guy's goddamn face? Where's any of that? Where's all that? Where is it? And my voice is kind of like dying slowly because I've been yelling about all this stuff probably since Game 6. Where is all of that? Where is the drive to get the puck back that we had? I mean, maybe that's still there, but where is that? I think that's the biggest key. What do you think?
Yeah. What the article he was talking about? Let's go to the Stockton Heat for a little bit.
Okay.
Next up.
No, we have another thing, and then we'll get to that afterwards. Don't want to jump ahead. I want to finish my thought. I want to finish my rant. Another key. So rebounds were the first one. Face-offs.
Win them. We've done it all year.
You know, honestly, at this point, I'd just be proud if they got higher than 38%. I mean, 32%.
Yeah.
If got higher than 32%, get 33%, I'll be like, well, at least it's an improvement. You know, putting up those Arizona Coyote numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the lowest team this year were the Buffalo Sabres with 46. I would imagine they had at least a single game with 25%.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe, actually, if I go on to... Maybe there has to be some online source that I could explore on to find this stat, because of the lowest single game one. Let's go to Quant Hockey. Let's go into this season. I'm just gonna look at this season for now. Do forgive me. Give me a sec, peeps. Get teams. Okay. Well. I can't seem to find the specific one where the lowest face-off percentage was in a single game this year. Regardless of it. That's the second key. You know, win a draw. Win a draw. And if you're, like, it looks like you're losing a draw in the defensive zone, you tie the guy up. Tie him up, charge at him. Be aggressive, but unlike Mangiapane aggressive. Or like Lindholm wins the draw. Yeah. Flames have literally pushed Klingberg. Oh, we didn't talk about that. Which game was that? We had a 3-minute shift. Was it the 4-1 win?
Possibly.
I think so. Oh, we have to mention that. Remember that?
Yeah,
3-minute offensive zone shift. I think we had a 3-minute offensive zone shift. Klingberg was out there for like 3 minutes. Literally 3 minutes. Robertson was out there for 2 minutes 50 seconds, I think, at a point. Yeah. They were out there for like 3 minutes.
Gassed.
They were literally gassed. They iced the puck and we get a face-off. I was like, literally, Flames win this draw, it'll be good. And then, like, Lindholm wins the draw. And then Mangiapane's like, hey, that's Robertson. Let me check this guy. And he pushes him over and takes the call. Takes the penalty. And I was like, that was the most unnecessary penalty ever. The Flames had all the momentum in that moment. And for a second, the first time I saw... This is a funny thing. The first time I saw Robertson fall over, I'm like, is he like just fall over because of his exhaustion? Did he just collapse on the ice? Someone get this guy a medic. Someone get this guy a doctor. You know, someone call an ambulance. Call an ambulance. But yeah, regardless. No, that was kind of that moment in hockey. Yeah. But, okay, so regardless. That was that. Is there anything else I want to mention? But yeah, face-offs are probably the biggest key. Face-offs, and then there's... What we said, like, the last key? You said play the regular season type of game, obviously. I think that's another big one. Stay out of the box. Don't fight. I mean, we've done a pretty good job of that, I would say, this week. Especially with Matthew Tkachuk, who I don't think he could find the balance. At times, like, I think... this is a story that kind of goes back to, like, the last regular season. So this kind of goes back to last year, where Tkachuk kind of didn't seem to find the balance between his offensive game and his physical game, and that's when his numbers suffered. I would say arguably in both categories, especially the offensive one. This year, he really found the balance and really showed that he could be a physical, grinding power forward. At the same time, he could be a very good offensive. He got 100 points. Unreal. And then, you come to the playoffs, and I think he struggled to find that balance first 3 games. Keep going for the hits, keep going for the checks. He kept going to the box, right? And that affected not only his numbers, but the numbers of everyone on the first line that he played with. And then, again, you're now back in the next 3 games. His offensive game improved massive, like so much. Playing so much better. And, yeah, definite improvement from him, right? But still looking for that offensive game. I think he definitely needs to stay out of the box. He's going to be a little bit more like... I would say he's going to definitely be like a little bit more how to describe this? Worked up because it's game 7. He's gonna be a lot more excited. He might get physical, but I think that's the last thing. We just gotta stay out of the box and we'll be good, right? Like we stay out of the box and we should be able to get them, right? And again, our penalty kill has been really good, but you still don't want to take that risk. You still don't want to play a man down for 2 minutes. And that's the thing. So that's the thing. That's my 3 keys. Obviously, the biggest one is to just play the way you play in the regular season, and don't worry about the fact that it's a game 7, and it could literally your season could end, and literally that could mean the team going into a rebuild. Because that might happen, which scares me as well. That's where we are. That is my thoughts for game 7 going in. Again, this I talked about the game 7 a lot, but let's go to now. I would say the thing that's probably going to cause biggest Rockies rant to happen. Rockies rant. How do you like that name?
Yeah.
Let's talk about some trophy nominations. Most specifically, the Hart Trophy.
Yeah. Johnny Gaudreau had to be nominated.
Snubbed. Betrayed. Writers don't win. I'm kidding. Sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Sorry. Just kidding. Chill. Media bias.
Yeah. McDavid bias.
Matthews bias.
Toronto and Edmonton worshipping.
And New York.
Big fan of these two too.
Yeah. Matthews being the first player in NHL history to score 60 goals and 100 points. 60 goals. Forget the 100 points. First player in NHL to score 60 goals. Totally, right?
Yeah.
Totally. The first player in 30 years to score 60 goals. McDavid, the first player in the last, since Gretzky to score 120 whatever points he scored.
No. Who started that? 1819.
That's the point. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Sarcasm, right?
Yeah.
He actually didn't.
Yeah.
Matthews isn't the first person in the last 30 years to score 60 goals, is he?
The best goalie in the league.
No, it's fine. Forget Shesterkin. I don't want to talk about Shesterkin. Let's get to Shesterkin in a moment. First player to 60 goals, just scored by Stamkos and Ovechkin.
Yeah.
And then before that, did Lemieux have 60?
Lots of time.
He might have.
Lots of time.
Yeah, he had 66. Yager, he might have had 60.
I believe he did.
I'm tentative. Yeah. Hull. Brett.
Gretzky.
Oh, I'm talking about since Gretzky.
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, were any of them the first player to score 90, have a 90 even strength points since Yager?
No.
Back in the 90s?
No. Apparently.
Okay. I'm just throwing a bunch of rhetorical questions to you. Let's get to this. So, Johnny Gaudreau is not a nominee for the Hart Trophy this year. Matthews, McDavid, and Shesterkin were the ones nominated. Okay, so let's go back to the past a couple weeks ago, and I did talk about this topic. My top 5 nominees for the Hart, my top 5 Hart winners. And I talked about, I believe, Matthews, McDavid, Draisaitl, Huberdeau, and Gaudreau as being the top 5. And I made the argument, obviously, had my bias. I'm a Flames fan. I'm saying it openly here, right? My opinion, I put Gaudreau as the one who should win the Hart. But if I recall correctly, I think I might have also said that, but maybe I didn't. What I should say is, I said that Gaudreau should win the Hart. I would have probably argued that I don't think he will win. And it's not because he was not good enough to win the Hart. I think he played good enough to win the Hart.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that people are going to look at the 60 goals first. They're going to look at the 120 points from McDavid first.
People will be stuck in Edmonton.
Yeah, people are going to look at the Edmonton bias, the Toronto bias, the Toronto media. Not bias, that was the media presence around Toronto hockey and the media presence around Edmonton hockey. That's going to get in the way of all these other factors. And that people are just going to look at the goals, assists, points. Yeah. And not going to look at all of the other statistics. In depth, very much. Which is where my point, that's the point, right? That's why I said that I don't think Gaudreau would win the Hart, but I think he should. And that was my argument. And then there's one of me that was like, well, he'll still get nominated. I was saying the 3 guys to get nominated would be McDavid, Gaudreau, and Matthews for the Hart. And so then this happens, and Shesterkin comes in, and I can't wait when they actually announce the winners and they show the votes, when the official list of the top candidates comes out, where it's top 10 or whatever, top 15, top 20 of the top 20 of the Hart candidates that they show. And to see where Gaudreau landed, I would hope he landed fourth. I mean, it was a close fourth. Like a close fourth to the third.
Untitled, Norris.
Wow, chill. Don't be aggressive. Just calm down. Let's be realistic here. I would really hope that he's a close fourth to Chester. Like, I would say the rankings get it. Probably Matthews should win. Matthews will win it.
Yeah.
Matthews and then McDavid and then Shestrick in third place. And I would hope that I would hope that Gaudreau is a fourth and that's a close to the third place.
Yeah.
Really close. I would even hope that from like the first place to like the 7th or 8th place, it's all very close in the voting. So that even just a couple of votes could have really thrown off the Hart winner.
Yeah.
Like me, it's just a really close gap between the top 5, top 8, top 7. I would say there's a few candidates. And again, it's not only him, Gaudreau, that got snubbed, I guess. Who else?
McDavid is the center of the world.
It's not that. Okay, chill, calm down. It's not that bad. Again, let's be realistic here. Let's be rational about this. There was a lot of candidates. There was also Draisaitl as one. Yossi. I would argue Yossi was out. It was one of the names in that pool. Huberto, I would say again maybe not that much, but he was still there. Even maybe. Did you say Yossi yet? You said Yossi. Said Huberto. There was. I think I heard Kaprizov in a couple of places. But yeah, those were a few of the names, right? Gaudreau, obviously. There were a few very legitimate Hart candidates this year, and I don't know how you say this. I don't know how you describe it. This is not fair.
Yeah.
Kind of. How does Gaudreau not get nominated? And I just wanted to talk about some of the stats, and again, it's already been voted. Whatever I say here, the important people might not even hear it. But pretty much my point is, Gaudreau is a plus-minus that is the highest since Gretzky in 86-87. Gaudreau has even strength points that are 90, and he joins, I think, 13 or 14 other legend players to get to that milestone, none of which are named McDavid, Matthews, etc. Yeah. Is even strength, and I want to go back to a website. I hope I still have Quant Hockey open, which I don't, but let's open it. Here's what I want to say. My argument is this. Leads the league in even strength points with 90. I have a question for you, SW.
Yeah.
How many even strength points is second place? Who has the second most? Do you know?
I believe it's Tkachuk.
Second most even strength points?
Yeah.
Tkachuk? How many?
Say similar to Gaudreau.
On near 90?
In the top 20, I read the stat a while ago. In the top 20 of the league,
yeah,
the first 2 are Flames players.
Oh, but that's a long time ago as well, though. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about even strength points.
Yeah, even strength points, yeah.
Okay. I think it's changed, because I know the latest about this. It's actually McDavid, who's second. How many do you, what's your guess? 60 even strength points?
66, I think.
66.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I thought you'd guessed way higher than that. Let's talk about even strength points. There it is. That's goals. Oh, there it is. Points are all the way over there. Man. Okay. There we go. Even strength points. There it is. So in even strength points, Gaudreau leads the league with 90. And there's McDavid with 78. Matthews and Kaprizov with 77 each. Tkachuk in 5th place with 75.
Yeah.
Leads the league by a wide margin. But that's not all. I just want to argue with that. Let's talk about time on ice. Among these 3 tops, Gaudreau, Matthews, McDavid, etc. Gaudreau plays 18:34 time on ice. This is regular season, obviously. McDavid plays 22 minutes, which is 4 minutes more, about 4 minutes more. And Matthews plays 20:36, which is about 2 minutes more. 2 and 4 minutes more for McDavid and Matthews. And then Gaudreau is still competing points-wise with numbers like them.
Yeah.
Just talk about the over-reliance, and obviously this is ridiculous. And even points per 60, which is the main stat for this. Gaudreau leads the league. Huberto is 2nd. Kucherov is 3rd. Tkachuk is 4th. You go to 6th place where you'll find Matthews. You go to 8th place where there's McDavid. Points per 60. And your guys are 6th and 8th. Matthews and McDavid. Gaudreau's 1st in that points per 60 category. Even strength. I want to talk about even strength points per 60 because you can't just talk about points per 60. Even strength points per 60. Gaudreau is first. Matthews is fifth. And even Gaudreau is head and shoulders a bit of who's second is Huberdeau. Gaudreau is a 4.231. Huberdeau is 3.885, which is a pretty big gap here. Matthews is fifth. I want you to guess, how far low is McDavid on this list?
Really far low.
What number?
10th.
10th?
8th or 9th.
8th or 9th? 8th is Mitch Marner. 9th is Fiala. 10th is Alexander Barkov. 11th is Vladimir Tarasenko. 12th is Phil Forsberg. You got Thomas, Kadri, McKinnon, and McDavid is 16th. Even strength points for 60.
McDavid.
Because he's playing a lot of minutes. His production levels at even strength are way low compared to some of the other guys in his league. Like his level of play.
Any rando can play the same minutes as McDavid and score that many points.
Not that many points, maybe. Maybe that's a little bit hard.
Like play that well.
Play that well and still put up crazy numbers. Right? Like,
the only reason McDavid is leading the league is because he has 5-minute shifts.
Yeah.
Like, every time.
Yeah.
The Oilers are over-reliant on him. They play him for 20 minutes per game. Yeah. 22 minutes per game.
Yeah. That's true. And so, the stats show themselves. Gaudreau is 4.231. So if he plays all 60 games, all 60 minutes in a game, he gets 4.231 points. 4 points. McDavid does that, he gets 3.2. A whole point less. Yeah. And then you're thinking, oh my god. What? Yeah. 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 And according to points, obviously that's pretty true. And then there's per 60 power play, which is where there's a bunch of people who didn't play much power play time. But again, regardless. And there's obviously points per game, which is a factor. And McDavid actually does lead that category. Matthews is third and Gaudreau is fifth. So maybe a category where I would agree. You know what? Matthews and McDavid are better than Gaudreau. And again, I completely see the reason why you would put McDavid and Matthews as Hart candidates, and even Shesterkin, and not Gaudreau. I get it. I see it. Like, this is not something you can just flat out say. It's not like, they left out someone that should have won, that's clear Hart winner. But it's honestly about looking at the other stats apart from that. And, again, Mo highest plus minus since... Actually, do you know? I want to look at... There's a plus minus stat that I wanted to show you as well. Didn't get a chance to do that yet. Let's look at all forwards in the league. And they're plus minus. Gaudreau, Lindholm, and Tkachuk lead the league. All three of them are top three. The next forward is plus 36. There's Gaudreau plus 64, Lindholm plus 61, Tkachuk with plus 57. The next forward is plus 36, Alexander Barkov. Like, shoot. And even just looking at forwards, right? I want to see. McDavid is plus 28. He's 13th among all forwards in plus minus. And where is Austin Matthews? Austin. Plus 20. 40th among forwards. This is just forwards, by the way.
Yeah.
And you put in defenseman, it really throws the thing in it. Yeah. So that is where we're at with it. Let's add. I have a question for you. Is this is this an absolute cheat, or do you see some level of fairness in this?
I see some fairness. It makes sense to make McDavid obviously led the league in points when the Art Ross. Now he scored 60 goals.
More to start, right? Which is really solid.
Shesterkin, it makes sense. He had a really good year.
Yeah.
But there should have been somewhat of an argument for Gaudreau to come in.
Yeah.
It should have been at least very close.
Yeah. You talk about the full, complete game. Yeah. And it should have been a very close argument. Like, I just can't wait to see the full stat sheet come on. I'm sure we'll bring this topic back up in the podcast when we do get to see all the votes and stuff. Come in, and so let's talk about Shesterkin. Should Gaudreau have been in instead of Shesterkin? I would say yes to that as well. Like, he should have been in instead of Shesterkin.
Shesterkin's performance in the playoffs was absolute crap.
Well, but this is
the Hart Trophy is a regular season trophy.
Yeah.
Looking at that way, Shesterkin deserves to be up there.
Deserves to be up there.
He won't win it. I don't think
he put up unnatural numbers as well as a goalie, right? Crazy numbers. And so but I just don't see it. Well, I do see it. This makes sense, but and I do hope to see the stats. I mean, imagine watch the stats being like Gaudreau was like 15th in Hart voting or
The
something.
whole Oilers team before him.
Yeah, not the Oilers team, but was he like all the other people? But again, I would hope he is very close fourth to all of this. But yeah, regardless. I guess one of the categories is most valuable to their team specifically is sort of the criteria for this.
So
I mean,
best carrier for their team.
That's a good way to put it. It shouldn't be like they should have changed like league MVP.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Obviously, McDavid is the best carrier of his team.
Of his team.
Yeah.
Same with like Matthews is there. I would say there's definitely a lot of support for him in Toronto. Right, there's Marner who's shown his offensive game a lot better this year. There's Tavares who can pitch in. There's Nylander. They've also got it's a good team overall, good built team.
Edmonton's just McDavid.
Edmonton's just McDavid Draisaitl.
Yeah.
Sorry Oilers fans. It's the harsh truth. It's only McDavid Draisaitl. And we talk about and you check Shesterkin away from the Rangers, they would have been
dead.
They would have been looking at top 5 overall in the draft.
They're not ready for the playoffs. I don't think they'll win today in the game.
In the game, you don't?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm cheering for the Penguins, by the way.
We'll
in
see.
That one.
Yeah, I think the Penguins will win.
Yeah. I did predict the Rangers to win, by the way. So far, just talking about teams winning, I'm 100%.
Yeah.
So obviously the Flame Stars and Pens Rangers haven't happened, but just not specific how many games they'll go, but teams winning, I'm 100.
Yeah.
Facts.
We'll see.
I'm spitting
The
straight
awards.
facts.
We can do an after the awards. We'll obviously do a podcast after that, and we'll discuss.
Yeah, for sure.
Our predictions.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, you even take Chester. So the point was talking about if you take Chester away from the Rangers, they'd suck.
Yeah.
Take McDavid away from the Oilers would be
Bottom, like top 2 drafted.
Could be looking at Shane Wright, right? Sorry, a little bit harsh. I do get that. Shane Matthews from Toronto, we still have something, but
They'll still
again,
make the playoffs.
they
Yeah.
well, yeah, they wouldn't make it as well as they wouldn't make it as strongly as they
Yeah.
did, but they definitely would. So that's pretty. Take a good draw away from the Flames. Flames are impacted really, really heavily, but they've still got a pretty good core here,
Yeah.
right? Like they've got Lindholm I could chuck at 100 points.
Yeah.
Lindholm's also up there with, he's 80s. He's in 82 points.
40 goals.
But 40 goals, exactly. And then you even got the other guys, right, around in the core. In that core, just like contributing to the Flames. So you take Gaudreau away, maybe it's not as much of a staggering difference as if you take McDavid away from the Oilers or Matthews from Toronto. But I'm staggering. So okay, let's get to that point. Let's forget that Gaudreau's no longer a Hart candidate.
Yeah.
Who do you say wins the Hart? I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
Who do you think will win the Hart, and who do you kind of like want to win the Hart in your own way?
I'll do 3. Who should win it?
Yeah.
Who will win it?
Who?
And who I want to win it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Who should win it
Okay.
is Matthews.
Okay.
60 goals. That's a good performance. That's a great season.
Yeah.
He played really well. He's a great offensive
And he
player.
even actually leads the league in even strength goals.
Yeah.
So in that even strength argument, Matthews is still there.
Yeah.
So
who will win it is also Matthews.
that okay. Yeah, I agree.
Matthews
I
will
agree.
probably. All the Oilers fans are pissed, but also McDavid will probably have a good chance at winning it too. It'll be close. Matthews will win it.
Yeah.
Because everyone worships McDavid in this league. McDavid is like the god, and everyone's worshipping him.
Wow.
Yeah. Siegrist scores a really good goal. 10K views on my Sports and Got a Seed video. McDavid scores a goal. 10 million views, best goal of the season.
Yeah.
Both are similar.
There
goals.
is definitely bias. It kind of comes down to media attention.
Yeah.
Not even media bias or people biased or just media attention. Because all the media attention's in Edmonton. Because previously they've had like the great hockey players.
Yeah.
They've had Gretzky. Media attention's there. They've had 5 cup wins.
Yeah.
Media's already there. I mean, even a guy like McDavid, who's the best, most skilled player in the NHL, it's not even a competition.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's going to be more media there, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be more media in Toronto, which is like the biggest city in Canada. Biggest city in Calgary. Biggest city in Canada. And Canada's like the center of hockey.
Yeah.
Right in the
Makes
world.
sense.
And so, obviously, Toronto's going to get a lot of the attention.
And who I want to win it is also Matthews. All 3 Matthews.
Sorry, can I just finish my point? I do like, what I'm saying, it's not really media bias. It boils down to media attention. People don't see what Gaudreau's doing in Calgary. They see what McDavid, they're going to see more of what McDavid and Matthews are doing in their respective teams. So, that's why. Yeah, sorry, you were saying.
And who I want to win the Hart Trophy is also Matthews.
Yeah.
I was cheering for Matthews to beat Draisaitl in the goals race.
Yeah.
Which he did.
Same.
So, yeah, that's good.
No,
Perfect.
I agree. Nice.
What
Alright,
about
so, me. Should, would, and want.
Yeah.
Who should win it? I would say is who should win it is I would argue Austin Matthews. I would have said McDavid, but for the sole reason of how many of these points are on the power play.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it at him. I would say so. Matthews should win it. Who do you think? Who do you think would win it is probably Matthews as well.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna win that. I think that's the only his goals are the reason he's there, and he's there to win it. And who I want to win it is actually Shesterkin.
Because it also mean that Markstrom loses out on the Vezina.
If he wins a Hart, they definitely lose the Vezina. You're actually that's a good point, but I think I've accepted the fact that Shesterkin's gonna take the Vezina home.
Yeah.
And there's very little going for Markstrom when it comes to the Vezina. But yeah, I kind of want Matthews to win it, but at the same time, I feel like it. You know, like Matthews and McDavid were more directly competing with Gaudreau's Hart race versus Shesterkin was.
Yeah.
So I kind of want Shesterkin to win it because I mean, again, I like the Rangers. They're one of the teams I like a little bit more than. I mean, I like them way more than like Toronto and Edmonton. So I want Shesterkin to win it, and that's my support. But regardless, I wouldn't complain if Matthews won it as well. I'm fine with Matthews winning it as well. I would not want McDavid to win it at all. Let's look at the other nominations, trophy nominations here. Let's actually just talk about the Ted Lindsay, and then we'll loop back to the Vezina because the Vezina's first here. But let's talk about Ted Lindsay.
Yeah.
Ted Lindsay.
The NHLPA votes on who deserves it.
The players.
McDavid, Matthews, and Yoshi. Yoshi should have been Gaudreau. It should have been Gaudreau, Matthews, McDavid.
I mean, this is the point. The writers, the media is all in Toronto and whatever. The players don't see this. I think Yossi is actually fair. I think Yossi is very fair.
Mm-hmm.
But Yossi also works as a defenseman doing this crazy forward level stuff. Like I would say he should have replaced. I'm also gonna see the outstandingness of it, but I don't know who he could have replaced. I would say maybe even McDavid, for the sheer fact that he had a crazy plus minus.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing, I guess, under the most complete hockey mentality, players should have been able to see under the complete hockey mentality bubble, playing the 200-foot game, playing the plus minus game, playing the overall complete game that Gaudreau played this year. So wouldn't they see that Gaudreau is probably the most outstanding player?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess in the outstanding, you just look at who's the craziest skill.
Yeah.
And that's McDavid, Matthews. Who had the craziest numbers? Yossi for a defenseman.
Yeah. I bet Backlund voted for Gaudreau. He's on the NHLPA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't all the players vote?
I think. Although I'm not sure.
Actually, that's a very good question. Who votes for the Ted Lindsay award? So is the only award voted on the players by the players themselves, carrying on the tradition established by Lester B. Pearson. So it's just the same trophy. 20 members annually vote on the player they deem to be the most outstanding season. Just by the NHLPA.
Okay.
Don't they see the fact that most complete? I guess outstanding wise, it makes sense how they think about it.
They don't look at the stats. They just look at who played the best against them.
Exactly. Who played the best? Not just against them, but who played the best in general.
Yeah. Let's go on to the Calder.
But yeah, it's true. Let's go to the Vezina first. Okay. Vezina. Markstrom, Shesterkin, and Saros.
Makes
completely fair.
Sense.
Completely fair. Markstrom and Shesterkin were there to start things. Yeah, first of all.
Obviously.
Sorry. Let's go to Ted Lindsay for one more second. Yeah. Should, would, and want.
Okay. I think Yoshi
should win it.
Should win.
Okay.
Just simply for being a defenseman and
doing
so well.
Right.
Who will win it? McDavid?
McDavid will.
Or Matthews. I think either...
one of them.
Probably McDavid. Because McDavid, oh my god, it's Connor McDavid. He's going to win it. And...
Chill out.
I want Yoshi to win it too.
Sorry.
Yoshi
Sorry. My goodness. Yossi should win it.
Yeah.
McDavid would probably win that.
Yeah.
And you want Yossi to win it.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. I think and you're gonna hate on me for saying this. Mm-hmm. I think talking about most outstanding player.
Yeah.
I would probably say. I would say that McDavid should win it. If I had the vote, I would vote or Matthews. I would vote for either McDavid or Matthews. Like I see there, but I would vote for either McDavid Matthews. I'm sorry. As a Flames fan, I would probably still say most outstanding. Yeah. There is no question that Matthews and McDavid are the most outstanding players in this league this year. And yeah. I would want that. I think McDavid they should win. I think McDavid or Matthews should win it. I think McDavid will win it. Mm-hmm. And I want Yossi to win though, because
we'll see.
I don't like McDavid. Yeah. I like Yossi a lot. Okay. So let's go to the Vezina now. Markstrom, Shesterkin, Saros. Any qualms?
Perfect sense.
With the nominations.
These nominations make perfect sense.
Yeah.
No surprises at all. Saros isn't really in the mix. He probably won't win it, if we're gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Shesterkin should win it. He will win it. I want Markstrom to win it, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm a Flames fan. I want Markstrom to win the Vezina, but chances are the other guy.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to tell, before we get to that, I just want to get to one of my problems with this. I think instead of Saros, and I'm completely fine with Saros being nominated, first of all. I've played a lot of games and still put up crazy good numbers. In my opinion, I think either Sorokin or Anderson should have been nominated instead of Saros. Like, you just look at the numbers, right? Plus, save percentage is what I have put here. This is, just at least 14 games played, regardless. Shesterkin had a 9.35 save percentage. Elias Sorokin was second with 9.25. Freddie Anderson had a 9.22. Markstrom had a 9.22, so he was tied in third place. Darcy Kemper a 9.21. Yuri had a 9.19, and then you move on. Saros is 8th with a 9.18 save percentage. Saros makes sense because he played a lot of games, and that's going to hurt your numbers. In general, overall. I personally think Sorokin or Anderson should have been nominated instead of Saros. I'm fine with Saros, and I definitely agree. He would be the guy there as well, but yeah, that's my thoughts. So, let's do should, would / will, and want.
Okay,
I think Shesterkin should win it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Shesterkin should definitely win it. Shesterkin will win it, but I want Markstrom to win it. I'm a Flames fan, so no worth argument. That's my thoughts on it. I don't think you can get much better than that. That's, in my opinion, probably the best, maybe even selections. I don't know. Let's go to the Calder. Bunting, Seider, and Siegrist.
I have a hot take on this one. Very hot take.
I know you have a hot take, and I think I have the same hot take.
We'll see. Okay. We'll have to look at the rookie stats.
Yeah. Let's go into the stats. League leaders. There we go. Let's look at the rookie statistics. I kind of want to know because too sure. There we go. Let's go into the regular season and look at some of the rookie numbers. There we go. Let's look at all the leaders. All right. In points. First place in points was Michael Bunting with 63. Second place was Trevor Siegrist with 61. Third place was Lucas Raymond, who wasn't nominated, with 57. And then there was Moritz Seider in fourth place with 50, but he was a defenseman.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll say my qualms, and you say yours after. Bunting makes a lot of sense. He's an older rookie. Yeah. That gives him a bit of an edge on everyone else. So it would make sense. There would be an argument to not put him there, but I think it makes sense for Bunting to be there. Then for Moritz Seider, I'm very happy with that selection. I think that's a good selection. As a defenseman, getting that many points, being fourth in rookies, that's not an easy feat. And he played pretty well.
Yeah, he's a defenseman, obviously.
And so now Trevor Siegrist.
Oh, no.
He doesn't deserve it at all.
Yeah. Actually, I would say he's, if you're talking about the National Lacrosse League, Rookie of the Year.
Absolutely.
I would vote for him every day of the week for Rookie of the Year in the National Lacrosse League. The only unfortunate thing is he's not playing there.
He's playing hockey. Hockey isn't involved picking up the puck.
Yeah,
he's playing like lacrosse.
And he's using it at a point, it's like, okay, you did it once, twice, nice, good job. Here's your medal for...
Best goal.
Here's your recognition for best goal of the year. Whatever.
There's a point
But you do that, you do that in situations where you feel it's need.
Yeah.
You know? Tkachuk doesn't have a clean breakaway where he can just dangle and get a goal. Or just shoot it. Where he decides, I'm not going to go all the way up there and do it between the legs. Tkachuk can do it. He's done it a lot of times, but he's not going to do that in every damn situation he finds it in. He's going to do it when he feels the need. When he feels that the only way he can put the puck on the net and get a goal potentially is by putting it between his legs. He's only going to do it in places where he feels like he has the space, where he has only the limited amount of space, a limited amount of time to be able to score, and that's the best way to get a goal. Try to get a goal.
And
he does this.
Breaking the game. He's not breaking the rules of hockey.
He's putting these, yeah.
That's a hockey play.
And again, if you listeners out there, I think
dislike
one of my other friends actually told me this. Well, what if, Tkachuk has shown that he can probably do this lacrosse move, and he's actually tried that a couple times. Then what? Like, if he scores, then you're just going to be like, whoa, what a nice goal. Here's my point. If Tkachuk scores like that, I will literally call for that goal to be called back.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's a part of hockey.
Tkachuk's my favorite player, and I agree. Because no.
Yeah,
that's
it's not a part of hockey. It's not a part of hockey.
Lacrosse. Play lacrosse. Go play for the San Diego team.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Trevor Siegrist is breaking the game. Picking the puck up is not a part of hockey. Hockey is taking a stick and sliding a puck across the ice and getting into the opposition's net.
Yeah.
Not picking the puck up and playing like lacrosse.
Yeah.
The goal he did against Arizona. I'm not going to get into the whole Jay Beagle controversy.
Yeah, because I already touched on that in the previous episode.
I'm going to stay with the fact that he had a perfect passing lane.
To Sonny Milano.
Sonny Milano could have buried that one. But if Tkachuk was in front of the net and he could have gotten between the legs, he would have passed it.
Yeah.
If he thought they had a better chance of scoring.
There's no one
like, I want to be on the highlight reel instead of passing to my line mate.
Yeah, and he actually goes around Sonny Milano. Like, he actually, Sonny Milano's standing there, kind of getting away, he just like does it around him. I'm like, bro, pass the goddamn puck.
What a puck hog.
Yeah, puck hogging.
Yeah.
One thing, right?
Yeah. And, don't lift the puck. That's not a part of hockey.
Yeah. He's right there. Sonny Milano's right there. Why take that risk? What if whoever was in net for Arizona comes back across and stops you?
Yeah.
You're going to make the unselfish play that results in a goal for your team, not for yourself.
Yeah. And
then who the hell cares if it goes in the highlight reels or not?
Yeah. In that way, he's being really selfish in a bad team.
Yeah.
Team player.
Being selfish, he's doing these things that just feel like, why are you doing that? Like, why?
Yeah. Why? What's the
It's not part of hockey. It's just not. And I sound like an old man, which I'm not. I sound like I'm some guy who started watching hockey in like the 60s.
Yeah.
And so visioning hockey through the lens of a person from like 60s hockey. At a point, this is not really hockey, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And the point becomes you're breaking the game.
Yeah.
Would it be fine if someone kicked the ball in basketball?
100% not. Someone, the buzzing, they get kick. Is kicking the basketball allowed? Actually, imagine this is allowed. Then at that point, can you kick the ball in basketball? See, a player shall not kick the ball or strike it with the fist. Kicking the ball or striking it with any part of the leg is a violation when it is an intentional act. The ball accidentally striking the foot, the leg, or the fist is not a violation.
Okay. Yeah. So if someone kicked the ball...
Sorry. I'm just reading this off the rule. I just searched up and the first thing that came up with Google was like part of the rule book. It's not like they're like making like a decree. It's like if you know Romeo and Juliet, it's like, you know how in the first like little bit, they all start fighting in the street, and the prince is like makes this decree that anyone fights in the streets of the city of Verona is going to be exiled, is going to be sent to death. Like, he makes a decree. This is the NBA's decree. A player shall not kick the ball or strike it with the fist.
Very good practice.
I'm sorry. I had to.
Shakespeare English accent.
Yeah. Okay. That's the first thought that came to my mind when I read that. Apologies. They say accidentally doing that is not a violation. Trevor Siegrist is behind the net. Oh, accidentally, looks like this puck is sticking to my stick. Oh, accidentally, I'm lifting it up. Oh, accidentally, I carried it on my stick and put it in the net like that. I lacrossed it in accidentally.
That's ridiculous.
Accidentally. What a beautiful accident to happen.
Yeah. What a beautiful accident. Wow. Great goal. Accident.
You don't
goal.
kick the ball. I don't go to like kicking the ball. I don't start like it's not like some player in basketball decides, I don't idolize MJ anymore. I idolize Messi, and decides like kick the ball, soccer ball, and then just like lifts it up and like goes like 50 feet in the air and like lands back down into the hoop, and it's like point of the year.
If that happened in the NBA, that would be a no goal.
No goal, no call.
And the player would be like jeered for that.
Remember, like,
yeah.
That's insane.
That's what should happen in hockey. There should be a rule. The puck cannot be lifted above the knees. So like,
or maybe not knees. I would say hip.
Hip.
Puck can be lifted on your stick above the hips.
On your stick above.
Unless obviously.
For more than 5 seconds, because there could be bad-ins, like batting the puck.
Yeah.
That I think that's fine.
I mean, here's my point. If you tip the puck, and your stick is higher than the goalpost, like the crossbar of the net, it's a no goal.
Yeah. Should be the same.
It's high stick. You touch the puck with a high stick. It's not allowed.
Yeah.
This is where you're literally stick handling the puck midair, in a bit of a high sticking fashion.
Yeah.
Like how's that much different?
Puck lifting.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Let's say the shot's coming really high, right? And you tip, like you put your stick up, it's high stick, and you tip it down. Yeah. It's a power move, kind of, in the sense that you're using something that you're doing something that obviously the high sticking rules in place so that it doesn't hurt players in their faces, right? And that stick doesn't go up anywhere and hurt another player on the ice. That's why that rule's there. And you do that, it's a bit of a power move. Like you're obviously risking other people. It's a bit of a power move. You're doing something you're not allowed to do, but it'll make your play easier. You might be able to tip it and get it in goal. Yeah. Right? Maybe the goalie's confused about how high it is, but you put it down and it's in the net. You tip it, high stick. It's a power move. You're doing something you're not allowed to do, but it gives you an advantage over other people. Yeah. Right here, what you're doing.
It's unconventional.
It's just beyond the point of convention. And this is something I didn't think of talking about overall, just rules. You're doing something that's a bit of a power move. Something that's going to give you an advantage. Something that's going to get you a goal.
But it's unethical.
Exactly. And I mean, sure you're doing this below the crossbar. And sure, it's not a high stick the way it's currently defined in hockey. Yeah. But at the same time, putting the puck on your stick is much more of an advantage than it is like tipping it high stick. Exactly. So you talk about tipping it high stick being something that can get you a goal, but it's not. Sorry, what am I trying to say? Give me 1 second. I know you have a thought. But what I'm saying is, sure, it's like not allowed to like put a high stick and touch the puck, but it's gonna it gives you an advantage in just terms of getting a goal. Versus even this, maybe it's not allowed, but it gives you much more of an advantage in terms of getting a goal. Yeah.
Let's compare this between the legs. I know a lot of people in the comment section will be like, but you're
I've had people tell me.
Go between the legs. That's also unconventional.
Is he like...
The lacrosse move is beyond unconventional. It's more than unconventional until it becomes unethical and unsportsmanlike. The between the legs, it's unconventional.
I would say unsportsmanlike is a little rough, but unconventional, 100%.
It becomes beyond unconventional. That means not the usual play. It's a bit inconvenient, but it still works for you. Yeah. That's the between the legs. Yeah. But is he like taking the puck, like putting the puck on his stick while he's doing the between the legs and like flipping it in on the net? No. He's just shooting it. He's putting the stick up between his legs and he's shooting it like a wrist shot. It's a normal shot. Yeah. Off the ice. And the lacrosse goal is beyond unconventional. It's more unethical. It becomes more unethical. Yeah. And unsportsmanlike.
Yeah. There's no question.
It's a fine line. And
very fine line.
That crosses it way off.
Yeah. A kilometer off. And it just... I couldn't agree more. And, I mean, the closest thing to between the legs in another sport is doing it, like, putting the ball between your legs in basketball. Like, you're dribbling, you kind of put it through your legs. What is that, like a crossover through your legs? Yeah. I don't even know what it's called. That's something like that.
Like, they do that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the closest thing. And can you find anything else? I don't see it. If someone does pull the between the legs move in lacrosse, they're probably copying it off of hockey. Right? Which was originally done by whoever the name was. The name's forgetting me. The guy who did it in the shootout between the legs. That guy. Malik. Yeah. So, yeah, that is true. And so it is obviously about the Calder race.
Replacing Siegrist, it should have been Lucas Raymond.
Okay.
I know there'll be two candidates from one team, but if one team has two great Calder,
Yeah.
then that
There's no rule bearing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Stevie Y is
okay.
a big brain and he's
I
drafting the
agree.
right players,
I agree.
yeah.
I would say I wouldn't personally take Siegrist off of this.
Yeah.
Just because of looking at his sole numbers. He has 23 goals. He scored maybe like 3 or 4 of them the other way. First may score legitimately hockey goals, right?
So I don't think he deserves it. We're going to be honest.
Yeah.
That just completely upsets me.
I think I think Bunting should win the Calder. By the way, just jumping ahead a little bit
Bunting, let's do those 3 questions. Bunting,
No, can we just wait for like 1 sec?
Yeah.
I just wanted to like jump in. Just wanted to talk 1 second here about just my thoughts. I think Siegrist is still fair there. I would say and while all 3 of these guys make sense that they nominated, I would even argue that Tanner Jeannot should have been one of the names.
He's a candidate, yeah.
He's played solid hockey. He's been a lot more all-around type of guy.
Physical guy.
Yeah.
A lot of fights.
Yeah, he's been all-around, right? Complete player. Way more complete than the 3 that have been nominated. Look, I'm gonna say... Yeah, I don't know. I think Morris Cedar is definitely fair. Bunting's also very fair.
Yeah.
Siegrist kind of makes sense. But I would say that a close fourth should have been Jeannot. But yeah, that's that. Okay, let's get to our typical thing. Should, will, and want.
Okay.
Should, will, want.
Bunting should win it.
Bunting should win it. Okay.
He mixed really, really well with these Matthews Marner.
Okay, sure. He should win it. Yeah.
Who will
win
it is probably Trevor
Trevor
Siegrist.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's gonna be like, oh, Trevor Siegrist is such an innovator to the game.
Yeah, he's making the game better, quote unquote.
He's so interesting. I like watching his games.
I don't think he's also quietly. I don't even think it got heard by the.
Sorry, my mic is.
People saying in a high pitched voice.
Yeah. Oh, I like Trevor Siegrist. He's my favorite player on the Ducks. I like watching his games.
You're being so mean.
I don't care.
Chill.
I don't like.
Calm down.
Seriously.
Who do you want to win it?
I want Moritz Cedar to win it.
Moritz Cedar.
I know you're gonna be like, oh, why? But Moritz Cedar, he's a great defenseman.
I don't like the Red Wings very much. But...
Yeah, he's such a good player. I'm gonna be honest. He's a great defenseman.
Yeah.
He's big, and he's getting points. He's playing well.
Yeah.
And I think he deserves it. He's the most outstanding player from the rookie class this year.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, I'll do my should, will, and want. I think Bunting should win it.
Yeah.
Bunting should win it.
Yeah.
I think Cider's. It's not Cedar. It's Cider. Cider should win it.
Yeah.
We're thinking about how to pronounce this guy's name now.
Our
boy Moritz.
Yes.
I think he should win it. I think he will win it.
Yeah.
But I want Bunting to win it. I really do want Bunting to win it.
Yeah.
Bunting is my man. So I would prefer Bunting to win it for sure. There's like no doubt in my mind. Because again, he's playing on such a good line, but I like his play. Like, I mean, come on, you know. Okay, are we good with the Calder? Is there anything else? Any final thoughts?
Nothing much.
Okay, let's go to the Norris. Candidates are Hedman, Yossi, and Makar. My question is, any qualms / problems?
I absolutely fully agree with this.
So I'm just give me a second. I'm just gonna look at defensive stats here. Yeah, no, sorry. You go ahead. Tell me. Tell me.
Yeah, I have no qualms with this. This is perfect. Like, there's literally nothing wrong with these stats.
Yeah.
It's completely. Yeah. There's nothing to nitpick about this. It's perfect.
Yeah.
These are all the people who deserve to win it.
Yeah.
They're winning it. They're
winning it. Yep. Couldn't agree with that more. Yossi, Makar, and Hedman. Top 3 defensemen in points. Yossi with an unnatural
96 points.
Yes. In 23 goals, 96 points. Kel Makar with an unnatural 28 goals as a defenseman. 86. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with defensemen scoring, by the way. 86 points. Hedman is a close third. 85 points. Okay. So, who do you think should win it? So, okay, what? So, first of all, any thoughts and specifics on this? Or someone else that should have been here?
No, really.
I had one name.
Yeah.
I would definitely think. I just want to look at goals per game here. If you will give me a second. Who leads the all defensemen in goals per game? I'm just looking for the correct stat here. I can't seem to find it. He didn't play many games, the guy I'm talking about here. But for the limited amount of games that he did play, I would definitely say that he contributed more than Yossi McCarty-Hedman did in their seasons. Michael Stone. He should have been here, number one candidate. Put up some insane numbers this year.
2 goals.
Yeah, 2 goals in like 5 games.
Yeah, that's so good.
You know? I'm just kidding, of course. To the people who thought I was serious, I'm kidding. What I really meant, the guy I think I really should have won it was, the guy I think that really should win the Calder this year. In all seriousness, of course, not kidding around or anything. Probably should have been Connor Mackey from the Flames as well. Yeah, he just had a great year, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Sky, quit joking around.
Okay, quitting joking around. I think Yossi should win it. Yossi should win it. Who will win it? Yossi will win it. And who do I want to win it? Yossi. Yossi. You?
Same.
Yossi.
Same, yeah.
There's a little part of me that just looking at 28 goals from Cale Makar makes it feel like... There's a little part of me that seeing the 20 goals makes me feel like people are going to vote for Cale Makar.
Yeah.
And again, he had a crazy, insane season.
But Josh is not far behind. He has 23.
Yes.
And he's 96 points.
He's way more points. And he led the team. And so, yeah, Yossi. Main final thoughts on the Norris, and we can go to the final topic for today's episode. Sort of added on last second here.
Nothing much for the Norris, and let's go to the final topic.
Okay.
An unexpected one for sure.
For sure. Talking about Stockton Heat. I'm just gonna look at the AHL playoff bracket. Because, our boys in Stockton playing pretty well.
Bakersfield Condors, the Oilers affiliate in the AHL. That's good stuff, Your Stockton Heat. Hopefully we win.
Hopefully that gets replicated.
In the NHL, Calgary Flames sweep the Edmonton Oilers.
Man, what the hell is this? I can't seem to find it. Is that right, people?
Yeah.
Oh my god. But it's like... not updated. Wait just a darn minute. Oh no, never mind. I thought Bakersfield beat Ontario, but Ontario's still around. Damn.
No, Bakersfield beat them. It's
what do you mean?
right now. It's second round right now.
Okay, there it is. I'm just looking at the website for the AHL right now.
So
I cannot see. I can't help.
Player
brackets. Okay. Oh, so these are the round 1 matchups. Let's forget the
Bakersfield
East.
won.
So Stockton already got the bye into the second round.
Yeah.
Just so people know this, Bakersfield won 2-0 against the Canucks, and so we got the Bakersfield Condors, who we swept 3-0. We beat them 3-1, 3-2, and then 6-4. Not bad.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And so we've already made it there. We're going to face the... I'm assuming the winner of... maybe Utica... no, not Rochester. I'm assuming the winner of either Chicago, Rockford, or Manitoba, Milwaukee. No, Chicago's already facing Milwaukee.
This is very confusing.
Oh, you know what? Probably the winner of Colorado, Ontario.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Because you haven't been. It's only 2-0. Do they have any games coming up? 10-1 Colorado. Whoa, Ontario was a good team. I was scared of Ontario heading into the playoffs in the AHL for Stockton.
Do you actually follow the AHL?
A little bit. I kind of come in and follow a little bit. I suppose I just know the Ontario Reign are probably the second best team, and they have some of the pretty big scorers as well.
And they got killed.
They have one tonight at 8 p.m. Actually, I did have one question for people out there.
Yeah.
So once the Flames are eliminated in Game 7 today,
yeah,
I might be following the Stockton Heat. Does anyone know of a place where I could watch AHL games without having to buy a subscription or whatever? If there's just some TV channel, or if there's some website online that streams these games legally, of course, and not not some unsecure website, but secure, safe, and legal, hopefully, way to watch these games. If you do know, please do comment because I'd be more than willing to actually check that out. Of course, being fact, because I do want to be able to watch them. I don't want to have to like spend the money. Cause I won't spend the money for like some $50 subscription just to watch. The AHL mop the floor with every other. Watch the Stockton Heat. Watch the Stockton Heat mop the floor with every other AHL team out there. Regardless.
Let's move on to another thing related to the
Stockton Heat as well. Because this is this. I just searched up. I think Calgary Flames.
It's the tastiest part of it. This is a very
and I saw an interesting one. So from Flames Nation, there's a report. So this could be literally 197% wrong. Report: expectation is Flames AHL affiliate moving to Calgary area in 22-23. Said Calgary Flames top affiliate Stockton Heat may be on the move for the 2023 regular season to be upcoming in the Calgary area. Go to Cochrane maybe. Go to Banff.
No,
Banff is beautiful.
Banff is too small. I think personally, let's
Canmore?
discuss this.
Canmore?
Which town? Calgary area. If we're gonna stretch it, Calgary area, stretch it to the limit of its definition. Lethbridge.
Not bad. That's pretty good.
Lethbridge
Medicine Hat.
If that's if you're stretching.
Red Deer.
Red Deer. That no, there's Red Deer's 2%.
What? That's a good one. Sorry, Edmonton. Sorry. I'm just joking.
Good one. But in the Calgary area, if we're gonna stretch it, Lethbridge. This is a pretty large city. That's
yeah.
If we're gonna go like Calgary, area, Cochrane,
Saskatchewan. I'm sorry. I'm just roasting all the others.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okotoks.
Yeah.
Strathmore.
Yeah.
These are two small towns, I think.
Okotoks, I would say Cochrane, Canmore. So the only reason I know this area is because I go to Calgary a lot.
Yeah.
Other than Flames reasons, of course, and so just know the area a lot. But do you want me to open a map of Calgary?
I don't know any more than this.
They should just do like the Rockies,
I've heard of the
the Rockies Hockey Podcast.
Yeah.
Sponsored by the Rockies Hockey Podcast. If I have any money.
Stockton's.
They should.
Give us a
They
email.
should. We
Give us a
should.
call.
They can sponsor us.
Yeah, give us a call. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check a map.
That's fine. I just want to read the rest of this article. Sorry. AHL source. So from news. Inside AHL Hockey, so it's again insider information, this could be totally wrong, has learned, per AHL sources, expectation is Calgary Flames will relocate their AHL franchise from Stockton and move it closer to home for 22-23. Also, AHL's Board of Governors scheduled to meet Monday to discuss divisional realignment. Okay, interesting. So full snippet. But they aren't seeing anything specifics. I would like that to happen, maybe. Stockton so far.
I think Lethbridge or Medicine makes more
Honestly,
sense.
honestly, I could go watch a couple of Stockton games.
Yeah,
Watch Matthew Coronado when he comes there.
Yeah, because
or maybe no. Actually, Matthew Coronado might come straight to the Flames after one more year in college.
It's small as some of the suburbs of Calgary.
Yeah.
It needs to be large. I think like at least 100,000 population.
Yep.
I think for that, Lethbridge is the best.
Yeah.
Lethbridge or Medicine Hat.
Yeah.
If you want to like go a little bit farther, you can do Kelowna.
Yeah.
Kelowna, that's the. I don't know much about BC. I think that's the largest one I know from there.
Yeah, I just want to look at. Let's go to Google Maps for a sec, right? Take a quick gander at this. Okay, so in the Calgary area right now. Yeah, I think I kind of hit it all. You say Airdrie?
It can't be this small. I think it needs to be a larger city. The city of Lethbridge would make a lot of sense.
Lethbridge definitely makes sense because that's one of the more major cities in Alberta, if I'm not wrong. It's right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and okay, well, I just want to look here. They say moving it closer to home, right?
Closer to home. What's the definition of that?
See, that's kind of what scares me. By the way, where is Stockton? It's in California, right?
Northern California, I think.
Yeah. From what I heard, it's a pretty crime-ridden city as well. I often think that they should relocate. It's somewhere. It's kind of close to San. I think when they talk about maybe moving it like closer to home, maybe they move it to Reno. It is closer geographically to Calgary. Reno, Nevada.
Sacramento.
I think doesn't it already have its EHL affiliate?
They have a basketball team. I know that.
Yeah.
What do you mean, bro?
So if you just look, I'm just again zooming in, chill out, peoples. Into the Stockton area. There's this one small. So if you look at just the specific area of Stockton, there's this one town called Lockeford. That is a little bit north. If you zoom in really much, hey, moving it closer to home.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, again, more sarcasm. Chill out, people.
Okay.
But I think they should really consider relocating to Edmonton. Okay, but here's the thing. It's 99.9% of me saying that is a joke.
Yeah.
Just make fun of Edmonton, kind of. To trigger the Oilers fans. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Won't happen.
There's the little 0.1% of me is like, Carolina's affiliate is Chicago. And Chicago's affiliate is Rockford, which I believe is a city/town north of Chicago.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, if they can do it, why can't we? I don't know. It would be more of a triggering thing to happen if it happens in the Battle of Alberta here. Yellowknife.
Yellowknife, yeah.
Or White Horse or Calumet.
Absolutely.
One of the territories up there.
Yeah. It'll fly.
They should do, what's the damn name? Inuvik?
Yo.
Oh, man.
It's like the town in like...
Northern territories. They should do Alert. Northernmost town in the world.
Yo, like a 24-hour...
That place is actually probably farther away from Calgary than Stockton is from Calgary.
You know, Alert, you have the polar bears.
Yeah.
And the penguins.
Penguins?
Sorry.
You know? I mean, I don't know. Legit, if you told me penguins, I probably wouldn't even question that, because I don't know anything.
No. Penguins are in like Antarctica, I think. I don't know. I have no idea. The polar bears and the whatever else that lives up there. Not much, I don't think.
Yeah. If they called it the Stockton Heat, it'd be the only heat thing there.
Yeah. All the snow.
Only nearly hot thing there.
The Arctic.
Name it after the only thing that doesn't exist up there.
Yeah.
Right? Heat. Yeah. Regardless, that's still pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Not bad, so. As far as I know, there isn't anything else really to specifically talk about today. This is a podcast. Are there any topics off the board that come to mind you want to throw them in? You need to. We would probably talk about the playoff series up till now. But this thing has been going on for like 2 hours. So 2 hours. Longest. So we, by the way, just hit longest podcast in podcast history. Good thing or bad thing? I think I'll let others decide that. For me, I just like to talk about hockey, so maybe the longer the better.
Yeah.
But sometimes,
I don't know. Let's finish.
But sometimes then I can't talk for the next 2 days. I do have someone with me here, so maybe they like diluted my throat damage. Possibly.
Yeah, your voice already sounds a little bit hoarse.
Oh no.
So
that's not good.
Let's.
And then I'll be yelling tonight in the game 7.
Yeah.
Probably at the Flames, not 4th.
I'll be crying. Like. Yeah, lots of tears are gonna be shed.
I mean, my expectations are low anyways. I don't know how.
Expect disappointment. And you won't be disappointed.
Man, this is sad. We're making all the anyone who's like
optimist.
We're just like being the most pessimist.
Yes. Okay. Let's finish this up.
Let's finish this up. It's been a great podcast. Been a fun one with you, SW. Did you intend on returning next episode?
Possibly.
We'll see. He just likes to put out the possibilities. Yeah. Thanks so much for joining us too, SW. First of all, who's come here to listen to me rant about hockey and also throw his rants in there, a little bit by little bit. And also thanks so much to you for joining me here today to listen to my thoughts on hockey. I hope you do enjoy this episode of the podcast, and thank you so much to everyone who's listened to previous episodes. Thanks so much for checking them out. I do hope you enjoyed everything that I'm putting out on this channel. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week. Maybe if I do decide to make a little bit of a quick emotional reaction recording / video about Game 7, I might. We'll see you then. See you sometime soon. Have a great day.